let's get started. I hope you guys can see my screen. Now, first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Kashif. I have a total 15 years of practical IT experience. I am working as an architect, wherein my primary roles and responsibility is to design and implement technologies for organizations. So I have implemented various technologies in various organizations, including Intune, SCCM, Active Directory, Azure Active Directory. So apart from this day-to-day activity, I am involved in training, wherein I have trained more than 40,000 students globally. I have completed my master's in information technology, and I hold uh, multiple Microsoft certification. I have expertise on various technologies like Intune, SCCM, Active Directory, Azure, PowerShell, application packaging, and Microsoft 365. These are my email address and website address. So that's about me, guys. Let me take you to the next slide now. So basically, I'm gonna give
Kashif,
you,
sorry, just
yeah,
hello. I'm
yes.
not able to see your screen. It is not visible to me.
Nobody can see my screen, or only you have some issues.
I have able to
I
see your
can
screen.
see.
I can see. I can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you are not able to see the screen, probably you are on the different page, or you need to rejoin the session. Okay. You have
I will
some
rejoin. I will.
internet issue, I think. Yeah. Okay. Now let's get started. So I'm gonna give you a demos overview of Intune. What is this Intune all about, and how we are going to conduct our training, what all topics we are going to cover, and the duration and all. Okay, so it is gonna be a small session. I mean, not lengthy session, like maximum 30 minutes, wherein I'll be discussing about these things. Now, Intune is basically a Microsoft product. As you all know, it's a Microsoft product. Now, Intune has two major features. First is MDM, and second one is MAM. So, mobile device management and mobile application management. So, Intune manages mobiles plus applications. Mobile means not just mobile like Android and iPhone. Mobile means it manages devices which are mobile in nature. For example, Intune manages Windows 10 devices, whether it is laptop or virtual machine or desktop. Intune manages a MacBook. Okay, then it can manage Android devices, then Windows 10 devices, and iOS devices. Plus, it can manage Linux device as well. Okay, Linux is not included in this picture. So it can manage Windows 10 devices, Windows 11 devices, no matter whether it is laptop or desktop or virtual machine or mobile phone, plus MacBook, plus Android, plus um, iPhone as well. 1 minute. Okay, so these are the operating systems Intune can manage. So you can do what? You can do device policies, You can deploy device, you can find out the device inventory, you can do device wipe, application push, device configuration. So there are various things which you can do on the devices using Intune. Now you have mobile application. So Intune can manage mobile applications. Okay. So in mobile application, what all things you can do on mobile application? So basically you can do application policies, right? Wherein you have app access, then data transfer, then data protection, application wipe, application configuration, and app self-services. So on the mobile devices, you can control the application. For example, Outlook. So on your mobile devices, how Outlook will behave, how it will open, what will be the security feature. Uh, if it opens, will it ask for any password or PIN? In case if device is lost, then how we will deploy the policy to wipe out the data. You know, we can completely control the devices and the application on using Intune on these devices. So Intune is basically going to control all the devices, whatever you have in your organization. Just like SCCM manages computers and servers. Similarly, Intune manages mobile devices to control the devices, whether the devices is inside the office premises or outside the office premises, as long as the device has internet connection. Intune is going to manage the devices plus applications. Now, so let's assume that you have a big company and the headquarter of that company is in New York, for example. New York has 3,000 devices. Okay, that is your headquarter. Now, you have various branch offices, for example, Mumbai, London, Chennai, then California, then Berlin, right? Paris, Dubai, Toronto, Sydney. These are the branch offices. And in these branch offices, you have devices like 1,000 devices or 4,000 or 5,000 or 10,000. So how do you manage or control these devices? Basically, we have to enroll all the devices into Intune. All these devices, 10,000 devices or 4,000 devices from each region, we need to enroll them into Intune. So there are various method of enrollment. 1 minute. Okay, so we need to enroll all these devices into Intune. Once we enroll the devices into Intune, then you will have control over these devices. You can remotely control these devices. You can deploy applications to these devices. You can deploy updates to these devices. You can deploy policies, configuration. You can wipe out the devices. So basically, you will have complete admin rights on the devices to perform whatever the policies and application and updates you would like to deploy. You can do that. Okay. Now, Intune services is basically running on Azure Cloud Data Center. Now, what is Azure? Azure is a public data center. Okay. It's a Microsoft platform, and it is basically present in um, almost more than 60 countries all over the globe. So wherever you go, almost everywhere you will find Azure Cloud Data Center. So Intune is basically running on that platform. And Microsoft gives guarantee that Intune will be up and running 99.9% all the time. That is Microsoft assurance that Intune services will be running 99.9%. Okay, so that's the reason people are taking Intune services from Microsoft. They are taking subscription from Microsoft because it is high availability, because of this high availability. And it is present almost everywhere, whether you are in India, Australia, America, Gulf countries, okay, anywhere you will find Intune services. Now, Intune is basically running on Azure Cloud Data Center. Now, what is data center? So, data center is like a big building. This is the outside view of data center. Suppose this is data Azure data center. Let's assume, okay. So this is gonna be like outside view of the data center, like a big building, and inside that building you will have multiple floors, right? Let's say this is like a 10-story building, and in this one you have multiple floors. Now this is gonna be the inside view of the data center. So you will have dedicated floor for Intune. For example, first floor is for Intune. Let's assume that, okay? First floor is for Intune, or half of first floor is for Intune, right? So that is called what? This is called rack. As you see, this is called rack. So how many racks we have? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 racks here. Then again we have one more rack, 6 racks. So the combination of multiple racks is called Azure Service Fabric Cluster. Combination of multiple racks is called Azure Service Fabric Cluster. Okay. So Azure Service Fabric Cluster, multiple of racks. For example, like hundreds of racks or thousands of racks are called Azure Service Fabric Cluster. Now, Intune is basically configured in those racks. Basically Intune services. So these are the basically these are the servers, high configured servers where Intune services are running. So when you create your subscription, for example, if you are in India, you create your subscription. So your subscription will get created in India data center. Okay, your subscription will get created in India data center. So in this, for example, in this server, your subscription is created here. If I am also in India and I take the subscription, maybe somewhere here on the same rack, if the space is available, then I'm gonna get the subscription here, and I'll be given this space. So my space will be different from your space. I will not have access to your space. You will not have access to my space. We both will have different dedicated space for Intune services. So we will be getting the space, and for that space, whatever the space we are utilizing or consuming, we will have to pay for it. So we need to pay to Microsoft to utilize Intune services. Okay. Similarly, if somebody is in US, then his space will be created in US data center. If somebody is in Europe, his space will be created in Europe data center. Okay. So this is the inside view of the data center wherein multiple racks are there, and the combination of multiple rack is called Azure Service Fabric Cluster. Now, this is the high level diagram of Intune architecture. Microsoft has designed this. You don't have to do anything in this one. This is all done by Microsoft. Okay. So Microsoft is basically configured these things And you don't have to manage this architecture. Microsoft is managing this architecture. They have given the assurance that it has to be online 99%, 99.9% all the time. So you do not need to do anything in this one. The only thing is you have to take subscription, Intune subscription. So when you take Intune subscription, basically you get what? Web console, access to Intune web console. So either you take, there are multiple subscriptions. So you have to purchase the subscription, monthly subscription. Okay. You will have to pay for it. Okay. Based on the number of license you are taking. Okay. So you get what? You get web console. Now through that web console, you basically do what? Configuration and reporting. You would be deploying some configuration profile or deploying some compliance policy or deploying some application, or you need some reports. So all those things what you do through web console, basically it is given to Graph API. Graph API is a communicator, like a communication bridge, which understands um, your requirement, what you have to do, what you would like to achieve. And that Graph API will connect you to the Intune services in the backend. So this is the backend services which is running in the backend. The Graph API will pass on your configuration to Intune services. So if you have to configure devices, then Graph API will um, do the configuration. Graph API will pass on the information to configure devices, whether it is endpoint security or configuration profile. Now, if you have to protect data, then it will be application protection and compliance policies, and then device compliance policies. And if you have to do manage application, then app configuration policy, line of business application. Okay. So Graph API plays a crucial role like a communication bridge, which understands your requirement and send the information to Intune services in the backend to do the configuration and reporting. Now, Intune has various um, integration. Okay, Intune has various integration, like it has integration with Microsoft Azure AD, Active Directory, Microsoft Intra ID. The new name is Microsoft Intra ID. Old name is Microsoft Azure Active Directory. It is already integrated. Then it has integration with SCCM, System Center Configuration Manager, using co-management. So devices which are being managed by SCCM, you can side by side manage them through Intune as well, through co-management. Co-management means devices being managed by SCCM and Intune together. Okay. Then it has integration with various other uh, technologies like Apple App Store, Google Play Store, Microsoft Store. So whatever the applications you see in these stores, you can integrate them into Intune. Okay. Then it has integration with Microsoft Defender for endpoint. Okay. And it is a Microsoft, it's a SaaS product. SaaS means software as a service. Like Gmail, Gmail is software as a service. You don't have to manage the architecture, or you don't have to maintain the server of Gmail, right? You just create the subscription. That's it. You start getting emails. Similarly, you take subscription of Intune and you start, you are good to go. You don't have to manage the architecture. You don't have to manage the servers. So it's a SaaS kind of product, software as a service. Okay, so it has various integrations, right? It can manage these devices like Windows, MacBook, Android, Linux, iOS, iPad, and applications like on iOS, iPad, and Android. You can deploy updates on these devices through Windows Update for Business Deployment Service. So you can deploy updates on Android devices, iOS devices, Windows devices, and MacBook. Linux, you cannot deploy updates on Linux devices. Okay. There are various other things which are included in this, like Windows Autopilot, okay, which I will discuss later on. Okay. Endpoint analytics, Intune data warehouse, log analytics. These are also included in this. Okay. This is like high level diagram which Microsoft has designed. Now, why you should implement Intune? Why not in other products which are giving similar kind of features? Okay. So Intune, these are Intune competitors. Okay. These are Intune competitors. Mobile Iron, Workspace ONE, right? IBM, Mass 360, Citrix, Endpoint Management, Jamf for Pro, then Cisco Meraki, SOTI, BlackBerry, Hexnode, Tanium. These are the competitors of Intune. But Intune is like a monster in front of these tiny competitors. Monster. It's a, moving like a monster. Because wherever you go, you will find Intune. Almost all big size and medium size organizations have implemented Intune to manage their devices. So why Intune is the best choice for organization? Why not any other products? So these are the reasons why you should implement Intune in your organization. Point number one, it is easy to deploy. It's not a complex thing, you know, you just take subscription and that's it. Then it has integration with various Microsoft products like SECM, then um, then you have integration with Microsoft Intra ID, then you have integration with Windows Defender as well, right? So there are Microsoft 365. It has integration with various Microsoft product already. Then unified management. So you can manage your iPhone as well, Android, then Windows, then MacBook, then Linux, multiple devices at the same time, right? Then cloud-based SaaS architecture. You don't have to um, have servers. You don't have to maintain them. Everything will be done by Microsoft itself. So it's a software as a service. So you don't have to take that headache to control all the servers to make sure all the servers are up and running. That's not your responsibility. Okay. Then cost effective, it is very uh, less expensive than third party products. It is the cheapest one. You see, these products, these are expensive, but Intune is the cheapest one. Why? Because if you are Microsoft customer, then they give you uh, in less price. Basically, they you will get it will be less expensive for Microsoft customers. Then cross-platform support. So you get support for other um, operating systems as well, like Android, then iOS, MacBook, right? Automation and efficiency, you can automate multiple things in Intune. Remote work enablement, that means you don't, your employees can work from anywhere, whether they are in India, outside India, Australia, Gulf countries, as long as the device has internet connection. So remote work enablement. So the devices will have internet connection and Intune will be managing the devices no matter where the device is located, either at home or in office or anywhere, as long as the device has internet connection. Comprehensive device management. Okay. So it has various things to do, multiple things. Then security and compliance. So you can deploy security policy and find out whether the device is compliant or non-compliant. You can deploy configuration profile. You can deploy applications. You can deploy conditional access policy. So user will be able to access certain company resources only on certain condition. For example, if user is in India, then he will be able to access Outlook. If user goes outside, for example, if he goes to a different country, then Outlook access will be revoked. User cannot access Outlook. Or if user device is compliant, then user can access company resources. If user device is non-compliant, then user cannot access company resources, right? So you can deploy those kind of policies, conditional access policy. Now it has more enhanced security feature than its competitors. Simplify device enrollment. It is pretty easy to enroll devices and update and innovation. You don't have to deploy updates manually. Basically, you configure and the update will be deployed to the devices automatically. Why you should learn Intune? Okay, so point number one, it's a matured product. So Intune came in the market for the past 15 years. Okay, it's there. It's implemented. I mean, it's released in the market in the year 2010. So it's been 15 years. It's a matured product. It's implemented in almost all big size and medium size organization. It has good vacancies, good salary. People are getting somewhere around 50 US dollar per hour. Those who are outside India. Those who are in India, you can expect 8 lakh per annum, 800,000 per annum. That's a annual salary, guys. Now, who can learn this one? Anyone from IT or non-IT background can easily learn this. Even if you are fresher, you can learn easily. Why? Because it is very easy to learn. You don't need any programming languages or coding languages. So no coding or programming languages required. Online resource availability. If you are stuck somewhere, you just Google it out or go to Chat GPT. You will get the solution right away. And it has a good career path. You can make your career in Intune as Intune level 1 administrator or level 2, level 3, and then architect. Now, Intune has various licensing option. So you need to, if you would like to utilize this product, you have to have license. So either you take Microsoft 365 license or a standalone Intune license or enterprise mobility and security. Generally, people are taking this one, Microsoft 365 license. Okay. Now, how we are going to do the practical. So each one of you will have to have Intune lab setup. Okay, you need to take Intune subscription, each one of you, and you have to configure. I mean, you have to set up the lab yourself on your laptop or desktop. So if your computer, either desktop or laptop, has minimum configuration, then you will be able to configure Intune. For example, your laptop needs to have Windows 10 or 11 or MacBook operating system, any one of these operating systems. 8 GB RAM is required, 4 core processor, and 100 GB free hard disk speed. I mean, free hard disk space is required. This is the requirement for lab setup, guys. You need a Visa or Master credit card to take the Intune subscription. Okay. Without that, you will not be able to take Intune subscription. You need credit card. Debit card is also okay, but some debit card, uh, it does not accept some debit card. So you can try debit card as well. But if you have credit card, then it is well and good. And you need one Android and iOS phone, mobile phone. So this is the requirement for you to do the practical. So we will be doing the practical. We will be creating our virtual machine, Windows 10 virtual machine or Windows 11 virtual machine, and we'll be controlling that through Intune. We will be deploying policies, application and configuration profile and compliance and see how it is done in the organization. Any question, guys? Anyone? Hmm?
So how much there is a license cost and for purchasing the license of Intune?
Okay, good question. License cost is around micro Intune license. So if you are using standalone Intune, standalone, standalone means a standard license, you don't have any other products, then it is $8 per month per user. How much? $8 per month per user. Okay. But if you are taking different license, so this is if you are taking this one, Microsoft Intune Plan one, then you will have to pay $8 per user per month. If you are taking this one, then it is around 5,000 Indian rupees per user per month. If you are taking this one, Microsoft 365 E3, which I am using, so I have to pay somewhere around 3,000 100, I think. Yeah, I pay around 3,100 monthly for one license. Got it? Then
Okay.
you have other licenses. These are other licenses. So basically, you need this one. So this is included in these subscription. So if you have any of these subscription, this is included. Okay. Or you take this one, Microsoft Intune Plan 2 or suite or education, but generally in production environment we take E3 or E5
Okay.
so that user will be able to access multiple other things as well, like Outlook, Word, PowerPoint, plus he will be able to um, you know activate his operating system as well. So this has various other licenses including this one. Okay.
Okay. And one more thing, question, one more question. And whenever we if add some on others means services, then it will take some extra cost or
Extra cost. So
okay.
as you see, I have this license. Let me show you. This is my account, Kashif, licenses and apps. So I got two licenses. As you see, Microsoft 365 E3 I'm using. I have one license. Okay. And I am using Microsoft Teams Essential. These are the two licenses. So this one, for the first one, I am paying somewhere around 3,100. And for Microsoft Teams, monthly, I think it is 200 rupees for Microsoft Teams. So in this one, I'm getting what all things I'm getting. As you see, I'm getting. So this is part of what? This one, 365. These are all part of 365 except this one. Essential. This is essential, but other things are for maximum. You will see Microsoft 365, and Intune will be one of them. Microsoft Intune, Microsoft. You see, Intune plan 1. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so if you have to take any other extra license, you will have to pay for it. So you go to billing and you go to licenses. Okay, so these are the two licenses I got. But if you need to take any other product, so you need to go to marketplace. And in marketplace, you have various things. You go to all products, and here you need to purchase. Okay, here you have various things to purchase. These are all options available. You can search, for example, you need Power BI, for example. So you have to pay for it. So this is free. This one is paid, right? This one is paid. This one is trial version. Okay, got it? Clear?
Yes, got it.
Any other question from anyone, guys? Let me take you to my Intune portal. So intune.microsoft.com. Okay, so in my Intune portal, if I go to devices, I got only one device. No, I unenrolled. Sorry, I unenrolled that device. Right now, I don't have any device that is unenrolled, basically. But this is my Intune portal, wherein I have users, which is coming from Microsoft Entra ID. These are all my users, right? Then I have groups, security groups. So if I go to all groups, you will be able to see these are all security groups what I have here. Okay. Some of them are assigned group, some of them are dynamic group. Okay. So if I go to tenant administration, so my subscription is in India data center. As you see, this is the data center code, India 01. So my Intune services is running in India 01 data center. I think this is somewhere in um, Bangalore. Okay. So my services is Intune services is running in Bangalore Azure Cloud Data Center. And this is the service release. 2505 means 2025. 25 means 2025 and 05 means May. So this service release is the latest one, last month update, 2025 May. Next month, in the month of July, it will be 2506. So every month, Microsoft is adding more and more features in Intune, and they are updating the service release with uh, year and month. Okay, guys. Any other question from anyone? Hmm? No question?
Yes.
So the session will start from tomorrow at 6 a.m. India time. 6 a.m. IST India time. 6 to 7. 6 to 7 for 1 hour, Monday to Friday. Okay. For 1 hour, Monday to Friday. Okay. 6 to 7.
Okay.
And this session will go for 1.5 months. So total 35 sessions we will take. Okay, 35 sessions. So in July end, we will finish all the topics. July end. Okay, daily one
Okay.
hour session, Monday to Friday. Now, I have already shared the link with you, tinyurl.com/Intune syllabus. So this is your Intune syllabus, the course content basically. So what all things we are going to cover? So we are going to cover introduction to MDM, info on Intune versus SCCM, then introduction to Intune Lab, introduction to Intra ID and Admin Console. We will do all practical. Each one of you will have practical knowledge, theory plus practical. So these are all the topics which we are going to cover on Linux devices, Mac devices, iOS, Android devices. Now, after this training, if you are interested in the certification, then you need to take this exam MD 102. MD 102. Okay.
Okay.
The cost of this exam is 165 US dollar. And if you are in India, then it is somewhere around 4,865. So you have to pay to Microsoft to take this exam. Okay. So when you take
Okay.
this exam, you become endpoint administrator associate. So I am going to give you a recording of each session, plus you will get course um, study materials. Okay, plus I am gonna give you sample resume, then interview question and answers, then exam dumps, and if you need help to take the exam, so I'll be around to help you pass the exam. And you will be getting the practical knowledge, theory plus practical knowledge in this training. So if you guys are interested to continue from tomorrow, right? So you need to send me a WhatsApp message on this number that you are interested to continue the session. Okay, this is my number, +91 in India country code, then 9892354331. Okay,
Okay.
so we'll be starting the session from tomorrow onwards at 6 a.m. India time. Any question from anyone? Hmm?
No. For me, I think I'm fine.
No question?
I have one question,
Hmm.
like on mostly on which topics they'll be recruiting for this Intune. Like
Oh, depends
Microsoft,
depends on
this
their requirement. Basically, some companies they may be looking for application deployment skills. Some
okay,
companies they may be looking for app updates, deployment skills. Some companies they may be looking for configuration profile and compliance policies skills, and some companies maybe they will be looking for Windows autopilot deployment skills, right? Depends on company to company, but overall you have to learn each and everything. uh, whatever you can do through Intune, so that you will be ready for each kind of requirements. Okay.
Okay.
Any other question from anyone? No question? Okay. So let's conclude the session. So tomorrow, 6 a.m. India time, the session will get started. So if you guys are ready to join the session, you have to enroll to this session. You need to send me a message on this number so that I will send you the enrollment details, payment details. Then you can join this session from tomorrow onwards, guys. Okay. Thank you for joining this session. I hope this session was informative. We'll
Yes,
meet,
yes.
we'll meet tomorrow. Bye now.
Okay. Thanks for your time.
Okay, Kash.